This Minnesota Vikings team preview edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up by UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers. Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Skull. I got my Viking shirt on, Sean. Look at this.
Oh, the Winnipeg Blue
Bombers.
Bombers.
Oh, yeah, it's the Vikings, right?
Well,
we of the North.
It is pretty close because of
it's the only one I had. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, and the Vikings Kyle fan. Kyle, who is a Vikings fan, Canadian, great Canadian, also a Winnipeg Blue Bombers fan, sent us those shirts. Appreciate you, Kyle. And Kyle again. You are one of the good Vikings fans. We'll get to.
No.
We are going to be joined by one of the other good Vikings fans. Now, there's some mean Vikings fans out there on the internet that have gone toe to toe with me, but that will not impact my handicap of said Vikings. Ryan, how you feeling about coming into Vikings team preview?
I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
I got a lot to say. Got a lot to talk about. We are doing one word per team. That is right. The phrase that pays. 32 teams, 32 words, put them together in a phrase. Send in that phrase when the 32 team preview episodes are done. One lucky winner gets $1,000 Circa Future, which I will put in for you. This episode's word, time. Time. So if you're playing along, jot that down. You're ready to go. And Ryan, we have big news. Our next pack break with our buddy Daps is happening Tuesday night, 7:00 Pacific. Very fun. You buy your team and then you open it up and whatever cards.
Well, you don't open it up.
You're right. Daps opens it up. And Daps gets you hyped about it.
Yeah, it's a full body experience.
And there's some autographed jerseys in here. There's some 2 autographs per box, 5 silver prisms.
I took a look at it.
15 mosaic prisms. I don't know what these are, but that's why we do it with Daps, because he gets super excited when we pull some super rare shit like we did last time, which was very fun.
Again, you don't have to know anything about what's going on. It's a little bit like when you get on a roller coaster, you don't have to appreciate the engineering and architecture that came with this awesome ride that's about to fling you around.
What a metaphor!
Well, I think that's what it was for me. I wasn't, not that I wasn't optimistic, but Sean, it's not the first time we've had a conversation about doing card related stuff, and this finally happened kind of because it was presented right in our face, and then it happened. I was like, that was way cooler than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
full body experience, like I said.
sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break. Promo code SGPN, get you a little discount there on the team you're purchasing. Kramer and I already got the Eagles and Giants, and then Daps, he's unfortunately for him a Jets fan. So those teams are sold out, but the rest of the teams are going to go fast. So get your team. It's super fun to play along. It is a true,
I'm a degenerate
experience.
Will you be buying another team?
I could. It was fun having a non-Eagles team in there. And I think, what did I get? The Titans? Or no, that was CJ. We bought a team for CJ. It ended up being the Titans. I forget who I ended up getting.
I was considering going for getting myself the Jags. Considering the
you got to, Ryan.
The full body experience.
Jagging.
I mean, you not to hijack this episode, but
talk more Jags.
Sean leaves to go do his hot yoga.
Yes.
And CJ and I they're doing an interview with Trevor Lawrence on NFL Network. And I'm telling you, this man's hands, They were designed to grip a football. Whatever the opposite of Tyler Warren's hands are, this is Trevor Lawrence. And me and CJ were just full blown jag off talking about Trevor Lawrence. So I don't know what's gotten over me or come over me, but I'm fully hooked.
Yeah, no, it's super fun.
A little weird, but
shout out to
there.
What? Oh, your love of the Jags.
It started that night out in Vegas when I sat in CJ fully reclined at the Circa, staring up at the stars, aka a replay of us on the big screen, and it came to me that I really needed to push all the chips in on Liam Cohen, Coach of the Year, and from there,
Duval
3 hand pays in the off season.
You specifically left yourself a note not to.
Well, because everything was based on that original press conference, and literally every other breadcrumb and thing I've consumed has me thinking the opposite. So, like a true scientist, an objective thinker, I've allowed myself to be changed by the data. Not the first time.
Kramer, let's get after it.
Okay.
Joining us on the line from the Golf Gambling Podcast, our own Big Dom, or maybe like average size Dom Cintorino. Dom, thanks for hopping on. What's happening, man?
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys. Excited to get into this.
Well, and now last time we talked, you had there was a countdown to your birthday coming up. Were you going to be able to dunk? I feel like I follow you. I didn't see one update one way or the other. Maybe I missed it. Did Dom dunk? Hashtag.
I haven't attempted yet, but I'm gonna have to jump on that before.
What a cliffhanger! What a cliffhanger!
I was going to say, Sean, if you didn't hear about it, it can only mean one thing.
What's that?
If you don't hear about it, it probably didn't happen.
That is true. But you know how it goes on the algorithm, Ryan. You're on the X. Sometimes they're showing you a bunch of stuff, and maybe it got buried.
It's true.
I mean, most of my feed is just Eagles training camp reports. So
I'm ready for Duncan Dom.
Duncan Dom is good, and we need to figure out because Big Dom doesn't really fit our Dom, but maybe every organization needs a Big Dom. What do we call him, Ryan? I mean. Of course we do.
I think we call him Duncan Dom.
Duncan Dom
when he dunks.
We also have this.
I believe in Dom.
It's Dominic the Donkey.
Just Dom. Were you familiar with that song growing up, Dominic the Donkey?
I have never heard that. Honestly,
how are you Italian?
No, Sean, I'm telling you, we've had this conversation on the air.
It must be a very
specific to the Northeast.
All right.
I think you're in the blast radius. Yeah. I of course was in the blast radius, but I would love to hear from anyone who grew up outside. I'll say anything north of like
the tri-state area,
Philly,
and you heard of
down to Philly, maybe Delaware. I doubt you've heard. Like once you got to Virginia, there's no way you're getting Dominic the Donkey. That was on the radio nonstop in the
Italian Christmas
season.
donkey.
That was nonstop, and I mean the ridiculous Italian Christmas songs they would play on the radio. In hindsight, Jersey Shore really did capture America's heart.
Kramer, let's talk about the 2024 Vikings. A little recap. Of course, they dominated. Both you and I were not high on them last year. 6-11, a little skeptical.
Well, Sam Darnold.
That was most of the handicap, and they just smashed it. 14-3. They were 11-5-1 ATS. They end up kind of getting work there in the playoffs against the Rams. In hindsight, kind of remind me a little bit of the 2022 Minnesota Vikings, who 13-4. Their win total was 9 that year. Now this is crazy to go over your win total by 7.5. Certainly wild, exceeded everyone's expectations. Sam Darnold, though, even though he went 14-3, they still got rid of him. That was the big change. JJ McCarthy, the future is yours.
Well, also lost Dan Jones.
Who supposedly they wanted to keep Dan Jones around. Bit of a red flag potentially. I mean, there is a lot of regression factors from last year. 9-1 in one score games, which 5-1 in games less than 3 points. Their Pythag, they overperformed their Pythag by 3 games. And Sam Darnold just had a crazy good year. Where were you at with 2024, Dom?
I really liked the roster. Obviously, I had questions about Darnold. Before McCarthy went hurt, I liked that there was a fallback option. I don't know who was going to start week 1. I think that's kind of up in the air. 6.5 was a little bit disrespectful. I didn't think they'd win 14 games, but I thought maybe around 8.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like, imagine going into the year optimistic about Sam Darnold, and then it hits.
Yeah,
how obnoxious would you be?
I would have been very.
That's how we know not too many people were there.
Very obnoxious.
I've not seen too many Sam Darnold receipt gatherers. So yeah, I mean,
no, because I certainly would have had them sent to me if there were a lot of Sam Darnold receipts. I'm sure I would have been tagged in them because I was a big fade on them. And coming into this season, I think they're a well-coached team. I think they have a solid roster. Where I lose faith in this Skull Vikings team is JJ McCarthy being a rookie. I acknowledge him as a rookie. Now, my definition of rookie is not playing before the season. I know Vikings fans differ on me that he was doing virtual training camp and all this other shit.
Yeah.
He has not seen live action. And you look at this schedule. This schedule, it's the 5th hardest schedule if you go by win total. But just eye test, if you are a quarterback who is a rookie, the schedule that you have to start out is incredibly difficult. And then you throw on top of that, you're Justin Jefferson. You're not getting any real chemistry with him because of this hamstring thing. They're basically sitting him down the entire preseason. Jordan Addison is going to miss the first 3 games. I think it's just going to be really tough to hit the ground running with this Vikings team. Now, I acknowledge they have a pretty good roster overall. I think the Flores defense is good, but also the Flores defense, leading the league in turnovers, that kind of stuff. There's just seems like everything broke right for this Vikings team, except when they played the Rams or the Lions. And now there's going to be a little bit of regression. And I will say, I'm not even anti McCarthy as a prospect. I just think expecting him to come in and be better than or as good as Sam Darnold was last year is a crazy
before the season.
What do you mean?
Like going into last season, you think your opinion of JJ McCarthy should be worse than Sam Darnold's? Like Sam Darnold hadn't really done shit going into last season. Okay. I'm just saying it kind of feels like when I sat back and I was comparing the two, like without knowing about Sam Darnold's great season.
Yes.
I 100% have become complicit and understand why people are optimistic because it's a better place than having Sam Darnold be your starter last year, in my opinion. Okay,
yeah, I guess you could say that, but yeah,
because there's at least I guess it, like in hindsight, the hope would be that he hits in the way that Sam Darnold hit, which I never would have seen coming. So
yes,
it's a bit of one of those benders where like you travel into the future only to know that you can't go back in time and tell everyone.
Also, JJ McCarthy suffered a major knee injury that he sat out the entire time. And you look at the fact that Darnold having success, they had him throw 30 plus times, 11 times last season. You look at how many times he did that in Michigan. It was like 3.
I think just in general, we've gotten very hyped on what rookies can do because we just saw a rookie do have an incredible outlier performance.
Well, and before that, it was CJ Stroud, but those guys are outliers. Dom, what are your expectations for JJ McCarthy coming into the season?
I want to be very optimistic, but I'm being cautious with it just because I've seen a handful of rookie quarterbacks fail in Minnesota over the years. I think this is a different situation. He's walking into arguably the best spot he could. Considering roster, considering the head coach that he has. I mean, I even look back a couple of years ago at Josh Dobbs got off the plane, didn't know the playbook, and O'Connell kind of made him his puppet, and he was good enough. So that gives me some hope that even if McCarthy isn't this unbelievable prospect, that maybe Kevin O'Connell can kind of shape him into the quarterback that he wants to be and kind of help him succeed in this first year.
No, Kevin O'Connell is certainly a reason to be super stoked about the team. And you to your point, like he really turned chicken salad into chicken shit. And that's what you could say for Sam Darnold and some of those other guys. So I think that's the optimistic case. But so for me, it was like even running an optimistic case when we walked through the schedule, my reaction was like, holy shit, this is tough for a rookie.
Do you think do you think that they always say like you got to like this because the coach got their guy, they got their quarterback. Do you think JJ was O'Connell's guy? You know what I mean? Like,
I think Drake May was his guy. But I do think he was pretty high on JJ McCarthy as well.
I wonder the same thing about Sean Payton, although it is the uncanny similarities between Drew Brees and Bo Nix are there.
Sean Payton wanted Bo
It was
Nix.
also like he didn't. Yeah, I guess he could have traded.
Now maybe some of that was part of, hey, you realize the situation you're in. And yeah, it's probably like a guy, in high school, you realize you're a 7. So when you see this hot chick, that's maybe not the hottest chick, but a hot chick that's gettable,
Pretty
that
hot.
will blow you. You're
Pretty
like,
hot.
wow, this is awesome.
Pretty hot.
I'm in love with you. But if there was a hotter chick out there that you could get, maybe what you fall in love with changes. I think
Also,
part
if they're
of
too hot, they become dangerous, right?
They
it's
do
it's
become-
a food chain situation. Then you got to realize where you sit.
Yeah, exactly. You got to find that sweet middle of not a huge pain in the ass, hot enough. And then you're good
and
to go.
blowjobs.
Exactly.
That's usually a key variable in the.
Kramer, where are you at? 2024 Vikings. I saw it felt like you were popping up there, making a case for JJ McCarthy.
As I reviewed the situation, and I realized how down we were on Sam Darnold last year. And I'm with you. I think in general we overvalue rookies and what they can do, even if you were on the bench for a year. I do think the matter that you were injured. It's not like you were healthy practicing the whole time.
Yeah,
there was an injury there. You were dealing with rehab, and so I think there is an element to like rookies in general, first time starters. It's hard to think they're going to be able to replicate. Even in a system where O'Connell has shown anyone can kind of operate it, because of what you mentioned at top, which is the Jefferson situation. I guess he'll be fine, but they're not getting chemistry. Reading the practice reports, it seems like mostly glowing reviews about JJ McCarthy, but there are some issues that it does seem like could lead to early mistakes. Which again, starting the season, maybe don't have all your weapons. Maybe they want to be a little bit more of a running team. Bringing in Will Freeze. I wonder what they're going to look like. So I guess what my point was, I wasn't as down on JJ McCarthy as I think I thought I was originally. Cause I don't think like your point on how many times he's going to have to throw. I think the intent of getting the lineman, getting Jordan Mason was because they're going to they have a good defense. They're going to adjust what they are a little bit. And if anything, Kevin O'Connell, who by the way, he had, his companion was very spicy when we saw him out there for the Super Bowl. I think he knows. I think he's one of these coaches that can adjust. And I think he saw JJ McCarthy run an effective ball control, smash mouth offense at Michigan, and maybe that's what they move towards. Now, do they have as high of a ceiling? Probably not. And are they going to hit the nuts like they did last year? Probably not. And your comparison to the Cousins year is probably pretty accurate.
They're an interesting team. When they have no expectations, they dominate. When they have expectations, now this is kind of almost historically this Vikings team. When they have expectations, that's when they fall apart.
Let me ask you this: if you're ranking the quarterbacks in the division,
okay,
it's a real fucking clusterfuck. But what do you like? Where does JJ McCarthy fall for you? Is he fourth? Because Caleb Williams was drafted ahead of him.
Oh yeah, I would definitely, at least for what you expect this year, I would give Caleb Williams the nod. Just because he's got a year of experience, he's got a year of film, and I think that matters in the NFL.
And where would Sam Darnold have been last year? Last place as well, right?
It was probably neck and neck between him and Caleb Williams.
That's just again, it's one of those spots. Now I think the other side of it is because we saw something from Caleb Williams, we're willing to be more optimistic about JJ McCarthy. I'd say they're the same team they are last year, and they end up right around 500. I'll be curious to see how I get through the schedule, but that would be my general. I also think like there's elements of the defense that hit the nuts last year too, and we know those things can pop around. As much as Brian Flores is a great coordinator.
Kramer. All right, enough messing around. Shout out to the chat; they're getting fired up. Talk Vikings football. Let's get into it. With the schedule before we do, of course, shout out to Underdog, best ball mania happening all summer long. And of course, preseason pick 'em. We gave out a couple for week 1, AKA kicking off here in a couple hours. I do like the Geno Smith lower passing yards. I don't think he's going to be out there a ton. It was sitting at 53.5 last night. So I am on the under there or lower there for the pick'em. Of course, get in over there, get the deposit match up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. It moved 6 yards, Ryan, since last night. Yeah, 47.5. Steam Chasers, UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. Kramer, you're skeptical. You think Gino's going to light it up in the preseason?
No, that doesn't take much. That you're asking me to suspend.
Yes.
Like that's not a lot. That could be one drive. That could be a single drive.
I'm on the lower.
Okay.
And we're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag, your place to get down on every sport, including NFL preseason, NFL futures. You can listen to the Golf Gambling Podcast with Dom and Matt Gannon. Get some of their picks. Take it over to MyBookie.ag. 100% match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions do apply. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Kramer, what's the win total at?
I assume the golf guys have to have a fire the Gannon segment. Now that I'm on the Cardinals and I've been made privy to this.
If not, Dom, we need fire the Gannon.
Fire
going.
the Gannon. I don't know what it is, but it could be just Matt going on a rant.
Fiery take.
He's traveling all the time, so I'm sure he has to deal with some horrible TSA situations. All right, Vikings.
I like fire the Gannon.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no. That feels like a bomb segment. When you're launching the 100 to 1.
Oh, there you go.
Golfer fire the Gannon.
This is interesting because just let me hop in real quick.
Yes, sir.
The win total went from 8.5. It's up to 9.5. And for a team that has 9.5 as their win total, they're only favored in 7 of the look ahead lines. That's the interesting thing on these win total numbers. Like they'll move the win total number, but it doesn't mean they'll adjust all these look ahead lines, which is just kind of an interesting observation.
I think in general they don't get too much action on the look ahead line. I think anyone that is doing, like the people that are doing content telling you they're grabbing these massive positions on look ahead lines. I think it's literally for content purposes. They don't take much action on them. It's probably not to your point, Sean. Also, I think it's a good exercise in seeing like the effect on just the idea of, I mean, how many of their games are being served up right now, right at a field goal between the threes. And so you have that situation too, where just the aggregate of what that looks like. And you look at the juice on that 9.5 -136 to the under. So you're adjusting it down closer to 9. And so, maybe fairly accurate. +108 to the over. Make miss is pretty close. -105 to make, miss is -115. Like this is where the futures get aggressive, considering the inexperience at quarterback. Like that seems like a relative crazy make miss price to me. Division +270, especially relative to this division price. 10 to 1 for the conference, 21 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. I understand that JJ McCarthy has once won a championship.
Yes.
Those future prices are very short. Very short.
He's a rookie quarterback. It's like I'm not even trying to be a massive hater and to make a rookie quarterback 20 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. I mean, no rookie quarterback has even ever made it to the Super Bowl in the history of the NFL. Jaden Daniels got to the conference championship where he got his ass thoroughly handed to him. So,
and some would say that was an extension of good fortune.
Yeah,
and regression like behavior.
Yeah, so I think that's a little wild.
All right, so then like you mentioned, strength of schedule pops up as top 5 in the league, and they don't exactly have a ton of rest advantages. Bottom half of the league there, as you mentioned, they only have 7 games where they're favored, 10 as a dog. And they have 2 neutral site games. So now the deal they made was you lose no home games. So they actually have 7 true road games, but they play the 2 European games, and they keep their 8 home games like every other NFC team. That's a hell of a deal they made, if I'm being completely honest.
That is a good deal. But again, what do quarterbacks need, especially young quarterbacks, need to succeed? They need stability. They need routine. You start off with a Monday night game. Then you have a short week right there to another primetime game. Monday Night Football is his first game. Sunday Night Football is his second game.
Yeah.
His third game is a normal game against the Joe Burrow in a dome, and then you have back-to-back Europe games.
Well, that's actually, and we'll get through.
How does he get in a routine? How does he have a normal season?
First 4 games.
I mean, he simulated it virtually. I've simulated a lot of shit virtually. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
Not until week 5 in England will the Vikings play a duplicate body clock game. In terms of time of day of week, whatever. At Chicago, first 4 at Chicago, they take on the Bears on Monday night to open it up. I don't love these early division games. Let's wait a couple weeks before we get into it. Atlanta at home after that. Kirk Cousins coming home. It does seem like he will be the backup. If something were to happen to old Michael Penix in week 1, we could have a very spicy Kirk Cousins coming home. Best. Then Bengals come to town. I guess you want to get them early versus late, and then they head across the pond as they will be there for 2 weeks. But it's not in the same place either. They go to Ireland to take on the Steelers for the first NFL game in Ireland. Sean, I'm sure, is very excited about that.
Top of the morning to you.
Lots of potatoes on the menu. All right, so they're favored in 3 of these. The dog spot is a short dog price. Although I'm not exactly sure. I think that, like, if I had to guess, I think we see this even with the Caleb Williams drama in preseason. I still think we see the Bears pushing out a little bit more as a favorite.
Tom, first 4 games. What are you doing?
First 4, I'm going to say 3-1 with the loss coming to the Bengals. I like playing first-year head coach and Ben Johnson week 1 on the road. I like playing in Chicago in September as opposed to in November, December. It can get pretty nasty. But yeah, I like, they've had pretty good success overseas. So I'm going to take them over Pittsburgh there. And I think it's a pretty big advantage to have 2 road games back to back where you get to stay over there as well.
Yeah. Now Cleveland is in the next quadrant there. I see that case, but Kramer, what are you doing here the first 4?
So I do think that in general, this is one of those where I know what I'm going to do in the second of the European games. I don't know if I can have them defeating the Steelers in this spot, but as far as the rest of it, I debated this. Do I just, I know you're anti chopping up the division game, Sean, but I kind of think I'm gonna
like waffles. Some guys like pancakes.
Well, I mean, waffles are superior to pancakes, although I like them both. I decided I will just chop it up. So I don't know how, but maybe we do a Dan Campbell coaching tree parlay with Aaron Glenn and good old Ben Johnson here week 1. So that's a loss for me. Pittsburgh 2-2. I'll say
2-2.
I actually think that I forget what we decided for that Bengals game, but that's a tough spot there against that defense.
For the Bengals?
For the Vikings.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again.
Oh no, for the Bengals offense, yes.
Yeah,
Vikings defense.
For me, no Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson. Your first game is in a hostile environment, and yes, Ben Johnson is a rookie head coach, but he's very familiar with the Vikings. And the Vikings and the Lions were the team that beat the Vikings twice last season, if I remember correctly. So I think he's got a good angle on their defense. I'm higher on Michael Penix and Raheem Morris than most here. I think preparing on a short week for a quarterback making the second start for another primetime game is a huge ask. I will take Joe Burrow over JJ McCarthy, and rookie quarterbacks abroad do not do well. 0-4.
Brian Flores is going to do bad things to that Atlanta offensive line.
Okay.
And Michael Penix.
Yeah, no, I mean
2-2. You're going 1-3?
0-4.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What?
That's not right.
Why is that not right? I think they're going to get off to a rough start. It's a rookie quarterback.
That's wrong.
Well, that's why we play the games.
All right. I'm moving along. I'm moving on to the next one. We're going to do the second game across the pond. Then they are taking the bye week after 2 weeks in Europe. So maybe a little vacation night on the way out of town. Then the Eagles come to town, and then a back-to-back road spot at Los Angeles to take on the Chargers, and Detroit. The Lions coming to town.
Where are the easy wins?
What do you mean? I don't see any here. This is a tough stretch. I agree.
I don't see. Yeah, I mean, I'm not being a hater, but if you're a rookie quarterback, that's a tough stretch.
Well, let's hear Dom's prediction.
Dom, obviously being a Vikings fan, a little bit more optimistic, certainly than me. But Dom, what do you have him going in these 4 games?
I would go 2-2 in these games with losses to Philly and at Detroit. Yeah, it's a tough stretch, but like I said, I like their odds in London. Hopefully they can take 2. I think a split would be fine. But at the same time, I don't know. I know we keep saying he's a rookie quarterback, but when we were talking about rookie quarterbacks never went to the Super Bowl, or people aren't going to really classify him as a rookie if he does some of these things, are they?
It's true.
It's
a loophole.
It's funny because I feel like the Vikings fans are like, no, he's not a rookie, but if he's doing really well, they may say like, oh, look, a rookie quarterback's doing this. It all depends, I think, on how you want to frame it. If you want to frame it as a great achievement, he's a rookie quarterback. If you want to pay, or he's not or he is a rookie quarterback. If you want to give him an excuse, then he's a rookie quarterback. I think it kind of depends on if you're being positive or negative towards him. Kramer, what are you doing?
I got to winning that Cleveland game. And aren't the Vikings fans going to show up in Los Angeles? Isn't that the vacation?
Skull.
Chargers
again. There's a lot out there.
Yeah, the Chargers don't have real fans there. So, and if I didn't mention it, that's a Thursday night game. Oh, that's tricky. Pushing the brake pedal. Chargers games Thursday night.
Road Thursday night games.
Oh no,
that's no problem for a second-year quarterback, Ryan. A rookie quarterback might struggle there. Second-year quarterback, no problem.
1-3.
1-3. Oh, you're a hater, Ryan. You're a hater.
Although the Eagles could be a tough spot for the Eagles. It's the sandwich game for the Giants for them. So while they are on a little extended rest, that could be a tough stretch for the Eagles.
Do have. You're right. Extended rest by playing the Giants twice.
And Thursday night. The first game's on Thursday, so they roll into the game with some extra rest. All right, so 1-3. I try to be optimistic.
I'll go.
You gonna go 0-4 again?
I'll go 2-2.
What?
No, you're right. I'll go 1-3. 1-3.
All right. Next
1-7 start.
1-7. Well, Kramer, you're 3-5. Dom's 5-3.
Okay. Baltimore at home, Chicago at home, another back-to-back road spot at Green Bay, at Seattle. Dom?
I think I'm gonna go 1-3, losing both road games, losing to Baltimore, and beating the Bears at home. Not a huge fan of the back-to-back road. Have a West Coast trip in there, so this could be the point in the season where they start to slip up.
Yeah.
So 1-3 for you, Dom.
1-3.
Yeah, 1-3
seems right.
Yeah. Again, why going back to my original thesis of why this is going to be tough to get over this 9.5 is the schedule is tough.
So Baltimore is coming off Thursday night, so they have extended rest. That's another schedule disadvantage for them. The Packers will be coming off the Giants game and looking ahead to the Detroit game on Thanksgiving. So maybe that's a weird spot
good time
for them,
to play.
But it's in Green Bay. It's late. We're gonna say it's a dome team. Hopefully, JJ McCarthy can play outside because there's nothing better than a dome quarterback in the NFC North having to go outside and look like absolute shit. He did play at Michigan. Yeah, I think Baltimore is tough too, right? This is 1-3.
1-3 for Kramer. I'll go 2-2. I think
people are gonna be very mad at our prediction.
I think you can sneak by the Packers there. I do like your chances against. Like I think the Chicago at home and at Green Bay, because Green Bay might be looking ahead towards that Thanksgiving game, or at Seattle. I'm not super high on Seattle. I think you win one of those road games, and I think you beat the Bears. I think Ravens are going to be a tough matchup.
So you're going 2 wins there.
2 wins, 2-2. So I'm at 3-9. Kramer at 4-8, and Dom 6-6.
Dom's very, very reasonable. Washington at Dallas at New York, another back-to-back road spot. Detroit on Christmas, and then Green Bay at home. I'm going to give them those home games as wins.
Okay. So you got them 3, and how many of the road wins?
I just was double checking. I do have the Cowboys 0-17.
Okay,
so that's a win.
All right,
4-1.
4-1.
Yeah, the Giants game's tough for them. Back-to-back road spot.
Okay, so you have them finishing pretty strong.
Well, that would make sense to me. I do think Kevin O'Connell's a good coach, so I expect the team to, maybe collect some pieces and crescendo as the season goes on. What did I finish with win wise?
8-9, Ryan, because of your 4-1 quadrant there at the end.
Jesus.
Dom, what do you have? 6-6 into this last 5, so this is make or break. Do you have them going on a bit of a run here, hitting a wall? Winnable games. I mean, all the spreads on their last 5 games are below 3 points.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 3-2 here. I think they get one of the 2 road games, might be Dallas, and then Washington. Not too sure, but I like the Vikings in any game at US Bank Stadium. The Lions come to town for a winter whiteout, so that game's usually one of the louder regular season games of the year. So I'm gonna have them finishing out at 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2. I'll go because I'm the hater of the show. I'll go 2-3. I think you win. It's Dallas and the Giants. Those are very winnable road games, but they are on the road. And then I think you get another one of these home games. I'm a little worried about Washington for you guys. And then the road games are back to back. So not that I'm going to give the Giants a compliment, but back to back spot. Then outdoors, you might be looking ahead to that Lions Christmas game at New York. I'll go 2-3, but again, I think they finish. They get 4 wins here in the back half. Just for me, the season is going to be super hard for them because of those. I mean, up until their easiest game, I guess you could say, is Cleveland, but it's still a rookie quarterback in England on a back to coming off an Ireland game. It's just like they don't have a ton of easy wins in that first half.
It could
for
start
their schedule.
It could start tough. I could see that.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll talk our favorite bets for your 2025 Minnesota Vikings. Before we do, of course, shout out to Circa, beautiful Circa Las Vegas. Come hang out with us for Ultimate Contest Weekend, August 21st through the 23rd. That's going to be super fun. Come sign up for the contest. There's an open bar party that Thursday, the 21st. We're going to be doing live podcasts in Radio Row. You can come say hi. We also will be doing our VSiN show. Come say hi after the show. There's a lot of great time to hang out. Colby's show is going to be there. Him and Mac, our buddy CJ, Steffi Small's show. It's going to be a great time. Circuit Million, of course, 6 million guaranteed. Circuit Survivor, 15 million. Grandissimo, 100K entry fee. They're up to 11 entries, 400K overhang right now, Ryan. Of course, get in on the contest. Head over to footballcontest.com. Use the promo code SGP. Get your $50 off your proxy fees. Footballcontest.com. Promo code SGP. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. That's right. Power Trends are now smart signals, aka what you want to get down on, and they do a great job setting you up for success with their AI back picks, props. They got it all.
That was a signal.
Yes, signal. My allergies are just fucking killing me. But almost as my allergies are killing me as much as Rhythm is killing these books with the projections, the picks. They got it all. Love using the smart signals. Cannot wait till the NFL product drops. I can build my own model, get fired up today. The Power Trend, aka Smart Signal, the Rays money line. That's right. For tomorrow, Rays money line plus 113. Get your 7-day free trial today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
I feel like I'm right down the middle on all these teams. I'm being a little
waffle.
You don't see the win streak coming down the stretch. You don't see them getting a little hot at the end of the year.
Certainly the second half of the year with JJ McCarthy finding his stride, I think they will have a better second half of the year than the first half of the year. That's why I have 4 of their 5 wins in those back quadrants.
I went 2-2, 1-3, 1-3, and 4-1. I wasn't exactly high on them.
Well, let's talk about it, Kramer. Their win totals at 9.5. Should I put you down for the under 9.5?
Absolutely,
wins?
you should put me down for the under. But I think the better. I mean, I guess isn't miss a better
miss playoffs at -115? Yeah,
or because they could make it at 9, so I should take the under 9.5 with more juice on the under 9.5.
What's the juice on the under 9.5?
139. Let me get the up to date number. But yeah, I mean, let's assume it's -140 versus -115 on the miss. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll just take the under 9.5 wins.
Yeah,
maybe they do squeeze into the playoffs if I'm wrong at 9-8. I don't see it. I think there is a low floor for this team because JJ McCarthy. Of
course.
Yes. So I think I will have a sprinkle on fewest wins at 90-1 and JJ McCarthy under 24.5 passing touchdowns. I think the fact you're missing Addison those first 3 games, the fact that Justin Jefferson is missing the entire preseason and training camp essentially with that hamstring injury. Hamstring injuries are tough to keep going. So I'm fading the Vikings. I'm fading their offense under 9. The fact that the win total has gone up to 9.5 is to get double-digit wins out of a quarterback in his first year is a big ask. And he's coming off the knee injury. I'm looking to fade all that. So Kramer, what else are you doing? Under 9.5 wins. Any other plays you like?
Well, I think they're another team that I could be. And again, so doing some shopping, you can actually find a better price than -139 in the under. So the under is definitely the play. Are they not the exact kind of team that you play under on the point total? Every year I play like 6 to 8 of these teams.
Sure.
Under
What's
on their
point total?
Point total. Well, I guess some of these I love the way they organize stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Here we go. 390.5. And so
under 390.5 points.
Under 3, because I mean, couldn't you, even in the good version, couldn't you see them being again a team that runs the ball a little bit more? Maybe they're not relying as the quarterback.
Yeah, I think you're giving yourself some flexibility there if they do have a good season. Dom, you had them 9-8. So are you wanting to adjust here to get yourself over that win total? You feel good at 9-8. Are you make playoffs at 9-8? Maybe that's the way you get some positive. Do you have any fun prop bets for the Vikings? Where are you at bets wise for the Vikings?
Wait, hold on. Dom's muted.
Ryan, why'd you mute Dom?
I don't know. We can blame the producer.
Dom, what do you got for Vikings bets?
Now I'm back. It said host had muted my mic.
Again, we can blame the producer. Sean won't do it.
AKA Ryan.
So I try and stay away from the win total or make playoffs, but I think I'm willing to leave it at the 9-8. I think that's extremely fair. Do I think they could win 10 plus? Absolutely. But this line of 9.5 is very aggressive. I think really it all comes down to JJ McCarthy. The public is very split on him. I would say more people are against them. I keep seeing the phrase thrown around of he's never thrown a pass in an NFL football game. Obviously, the first 2 weeks being on primetime, I think everyone is going to develop an opinion on JJ McCarthy based off of those 2 games. I mean, it's going to be pretty telling. And then, like you guys said, the 2 standalones overseas as well. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on this kid in 4 of his first 5 games.
I mean, he's going to be. I mean, that Cincinnati game will certainly be like probably the widely distributed early game on whatever network that has it. Like he's going to be. You're going to see a lot of him, good for better or for worse.
Yeah. No, I mean, and maybe I'm off. Maybe he does hit the ground running. The running game's going well. The defense doesn't regress at all. They're still getting those turnovers. Kevin O'Connell, I think, is a good coach. I do like Flores as a defensive coordinator. There's a path for positivity. Maybe you don't need Jordan Addison, who him and Justin Jefferson accounted for this is a crazy stat. Accounted for
Well, he's good.
44.8% of their targets, 166 catches, 2408 yards, and 19 touchdowns, while dropping just 9 balls collectively. So now, if both receivers were completely healthy, I think and there those first 3 weeks that eases the transition. But again, like 2 primetime games, then you're home for the Bengals. You had not have a similar start time in a similar time zone until Kramer's point, week 4 and 5, but that's in Europe.
Yeah.
It's just a lot, I think, is what I keep coming back to. But Dom, are you playing any of the upside stuff? JJ McCarthy upside stuff. There's also been a lot of discussion about Jordan Mason fantasy wise. Do you think Jordan Mason to lead the division in rushing touchdowns? I know some people like that. Any fun bets for the Vikings?
Yeah, I saw a Jordan Mason most rush TDs in the league at 100-1.
Oh, okay.
I think he's the goal line back no matter what. I think he's going to see more work than Aaron Jones. They kind of handpicked him when they went out and traded for him. So I think a little sprinkle on that at 100-1 wouldn't hurt. I think the McCarthy lines I'm going to stay away from. So last year, and I had it written down and tweeted, Sam Darnold's preseason lines were 19.5 pass touchdowns and 34.75 yards. I was trying to figure out which of the two I wanted to bet. And with McCarthy out of the picture, I was like, well, I won't have to worry about him losing his job. I didn't do either of them. Now you look at McCarthy's lines and like you said, 24.5 pass touchdowns. That's probably a stay away from me. That seems aggressive. Pass yards are 35.75. If I'm going any prop on this team, I think I like TJ Hawkinson's receiving yards over 700.5 over on DraftKings. McCarthy relied on his tight ends at Michigan. Colson Loveland and AJ Barner were 2 of his top 4 targets that season that they won the national championship. So I expect Hawkinson to have a pretty big year. And Addison already has a 3-game suspension. If Jefferson's already a little bit hurt, kind of leaves Hawkinson as the last man standing.
Yeah, no, all the camp reports are talking about the chemistry they're building, which makes a ton of sense.
Couple add-ons there. Jordan Mason 20-1. 8-1 in the division for most rushing touchdowns. If you wanted to shorten the field, but I like taking the shot. I mean, even thinking again, that was my thesis. They were going to be more of a running team, and I do agree that when you go out and you get a guy like that, it's because you want Aaron Jones to be in the Aaron Jones role and Jordan Mason to be in the Jordan Mason role, which is he's going to be really effective around the goal line. And I think you go out, you get the offensive lineman. That makes sense to me. And then as far as Hawkinson, can I interest you, Sean, in a Hawkinson to have the most touchdowns in the division?
Yeah, I'm not because I'm fading his passing touchdowns. I will take the Hawkinson over 700.5 receiving yards that Dom gave out, but I don't see the ceiling case for Hawkinson just because you're in a division with Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, even Justin Jefferson when he comes back.
Well, Jefferson is on his own team, so by betting on Hawkinson, you're already making that bet against Jefferson.
Yeah,
implicitly.
What's the price?
The top 3 favorites outside of Jefferson are St. Brown, Laporta, and Jamo. They all play on the same team. After that, it's Odunze and DJ Moore. Hawkinson is 20-1. I think put that on the board for me.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's a play. That's very interesting. Because again, if he has a big season, you're already bet. It's not necessarily because JJ McCarthy's gone over. It could be because that's the plan when they get around the red zone. It's run the ball with Jordan Mason.
And
get the ball to the tight end.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I obviously wouldn't play the Mason touchdowns
and
Hawkinson touchdowns.
No,
but he certainly is a red zone
Mason season 100-1 is a fun juicer if you're on the Vikings. But
I got enough rushing touchdown leaders cooking, but
do you
Jordan Mason, you certainly can see that. I love that market. Again, you go back to David Montgomery a couple of years ago. Like there's variance in the rushing touchdown market.
So is there any? So you're obviously anti JJ McCarthy, but does he play the entire season? Are we playing most? Is he live for most interceptions?
Well, I saw Easy say that.
I'm seeing that you can get the best price I can find out there is 12-1.
Yeah, no, I'm not
too short.
It's not. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be getting their ass kicked where he's going to have to throw a ton. I think they're going to be in somewhat competitive games.
Sam Howell breathing down his neck.
Yeah, he's not getting benched. The only reason he wouldn't finish the season is because of injury. I think he has a fine season, but a little bumps, little bruises. I just think we see this all the time with when quarterbacks get injured or when rookies are injured, they're kind of behind the 8 ball. And it takes a little bit for them to develop. And the fact that his 2 pass catchers are going to miss some time early on in the season, I think is going to hurt his transition in this year. And then the schedule is just it's really brutal. So, but the look ahead spreads are short. So maybe. Again, I was wrong last year with the Vikings. I had them 6-11. I have them 5-12 this year. I guess I just don't see it. But Sam Darnold totally threw it in my face.
May I also introduce you to Giovanni Ricci? Said better with your hands.
Giovanni Ricci,
tight end out of Western Michigan, probably just a camp body. Maybe you're just paying attention to his props in the preseason, but. Fun name in the tight end room there for Minnesota.
Well, and maybe a first touchdown because I'm sure we'll be talking. Although Josh Oliver is on
I don't think
team,
he's making the team.
Oh, okay.
If you're looking at the depth chart, the 3rd string tight end, he's going to be the guy we randomly play for a first.
Well, Josh Oliver made us some money, and we'll see what the pricing is. Week 1, Monday Night Football at the Bears. That's going to be an awesome way to kick off the NFL season, Ryan. It's right around the corner. 32 NFL team previews. Man, it's just the season's getting closer and closer. We got NFL action kicking off here in just an hour. We'll also be doing our Bucks preview here pretty shortly in an hour as well. So.
Hang out very within the hour.
Quick turnaround.
Josh Oliver's 30-1 on the first touchdown over at the Green Book. So
all right, I'm already gonna be on that one.
Why do they have all these open already? I can't. I'm not getting anything done.
Dom, thank you for hopping on. Make sure you check out Dom and his buddy Matt over there on the Golf Gambling Podcast. You can follow him on X, Dom Cinto _11. Good times as always. And yes, hit us up. Questions, comments, all the questions, comments, anything you guys have to say, hit us up on Spotify. Happy to answer the questions. You guys giving us great feedback. Everyone loving the team previews. Appreciate that. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
They're not going to be happy with you, Sean.
Kramer, let it ride.
I want better fucking execution.